Hey guys!
Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're doing a super fun project in our own garden, and we are going to be planting up some cool weather annuals in our beds where we put some of our flowering annuals, and we are going to shop from our own greenhouse. So we're going to go do that and plant up a few other fun beds.
Yeah, we haven't done a video, both of us together in one video, because we're always kind of working.
In quite a while.
And yeah, it's been quite a while, so we thought today we're working on the same thing. Might as well film it together. And I'll put some pictures of what the beds looked like last year. If you guys are new here, or if you saw us last year, we planted the Supertunia blue veined. Did I say Hior? Oh my gosh, we've been watching this YouTube channel of this guy from Australia, and he really makes the accent really thick, and it's like Hior. Oh my gosh, it's stuck now. If you're new, Hior. Anyway, if you're new, I can't even say it anymore.
If you're new here.
Yes, if you're new here. Last year we planted them, and the Supertunias were huge. They were beautiful. They trailed over, and you could barely see the boxes.
Yep.
And also we planted, what was the other one? Sweet Alyssum?
Yep.
Blushing Princess.
Yep.
And I can't remember. So we're trying not to do the same thing as last year.
But I want to, because it's so
But she really wants to, so we're going to do some of the same things because we loved it. And then we'll also plant some new things because we have some new plants that are new as of 2023 from Proven Winners. So we're going to plant some cool weather flowers. They're going to be like Supertunias that can handle the cool weather, Calibrachoas or Superbells, and also Osteospermum, which here they'll flower for us. African daisies, they'll flower for us. Let's see, in the spring, they'll take a break in the summer because they don't love the heat, and then they'll rebloom in the fall. This year, we're trying the Osteospermum Horizon Sunset, which is supposed to be a little more heat tolerant. So I'm hoping if we keep it well watered and fertilized and loved on all summer long, let's see if it'll keep blooming. I have a feeling they'll take a break, but our spring sometimes is so short that if we plant it later, I feel like we'll just have a little bit of bloom time. Anyway, with these cold or cool weather plants, if you're in the south, we're in zone 8A, I think, or 8 here in South Carolina. If you plant them now, technically it's a little early because it's not past their last frost date, but you can get away with it as long as they don't get below 40 degrees or so. If it does, then what we'll do is we'll take that harvest cloth that we use. I don't know if you've seen it in previous videos, but it's a very light fabric. You can use bed sheets, you can use just anything like a tarp or anything to cover it, and then that's what we'll do. We'll just cover it if it gets that cold. But a lot of these cool weather flowers, we should be able to get away with planting them. And we're just so excited because things in the greenhouse are blooming, and it's just kind of hard to wait. So anyway, we thought we'd give you guys some inspiration if you're in cooler climates that, you know, it will heat up at some point and you can start planting. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna go over to the nursery. I gotta get some compost to put back in our garden beds. That's what we do every time we start planting, especially after a long season. So we gotta re-amend the beds and then we can start planting. While I am getting stuff ready, someone is playing with the doggy. Hi, doggy.
Hi, Bear.
This is Bear. She was laughing too much, so she had to step away from the video. I made her laugh too much. Okay, I'm gonna get some compost and start filling up the beds while I think she's just gonna feed the chickens real quick. So I'll show you that. Hey guys, so we're out here at the nursery. There's Luca, can you wave? We've been cleaning up all the nursery tables, trying to get rid of weeds, bagging up all the trash that we have, organizing our pots. We have pots for days down there. And then we received pallets of potting soil and compost from the local company that we get them from. And as you can see, these pallets were full and now they're gone. We have gone through a lot of soil, and with the local delivery, actually, we've been doing a lot of deliveries. So we've been actually like grabbing the compost, and then we have our little pallets out there that we set up, and then the people that do the delivery, they come and then just grab the bags and take them and deliver them, which has been awesome. Because before we would have to take them, put in our car, take them to our office, Set Apart Health, and then people would have to go pick them up. And sometimes they forget and all that. So anyway, it's just been amazing. So I'm gonna grab a few of these bags of compost to put in the garden beds so that I can prep the soil for the annuals. Look at this beautiful stuff. I mean, I would grow in here. I love it. I just put 1 bag of compost for this whole bed. This is about 2 feet deep, and it's, or 2 feet wide, I guess. 2 feet wide, and then 5 feet, 5 feet. So, yeah, just 1 bag. Not even an inch of compost the whole way through. That's how I amend it, and then I'm gonna add fertilizer for the whole bed. But this just recharges the whole soil. I got some more nutrition, and oh, this is beautiful. I do like to mix it in. I don't like to let it sit on top. I find that this compost, I don't know if it's true. Actually, most compost I've used, if I just let it sit on top, it kind of gets a harsh, like crusted layer, and it doesn't stay moist really well. All right, guys, so we're plant shopping at our greenhouse here. Check out the plants. We're gonna do an updated tour, but look. What's that?
I'm grabbing plenty of these. These were the ones we had last year in our garden, the Supertunia Blue Vein. And it was the most gorgeous, excuse me, sweetheart, light blue-ish purple color. And it just was so pretty that Sebastian kind of wants to do a new thing, but I just loved it so much I have to do this as like the main flower. So we're gonna center everything around this color. So I know I want to do this first and the Blushing Princess, and then we're gonna add some complementary color, did you say, with it?
Yeah, complementary or analogous if you're technical on the color wheel. But check out the, I don't know why, I just love the leaf structure.
It's so tight and pretty. Because
they're different than other Supertunia leaf structures.
They're almost succulent-like the sedum. So pretty.
I love it.
And when I plant shop, I shop by the flat.
Yes. So we got a cart over there. We're gonna load up with a few flats of something. We have an idea of what we're gonna do, but really we don't know until we grab all the plants, just place them, and then we'll figure it out. So what else do you want to put in there?
I want to grab the Sweet Alyssum Blushing Princess.
So look at the Blushing Princess, Sweet Alyssum.
He's already made a cute little mound since last time I showed you guys.
Yep. And I already trimmed a few. We're going to show you a video how we trim them. I trimmed this one here. Are we going to trim them in the bed or just leave them?
I'll leave that up to you. It's probably better to trim them.
It is better.
It'd be fun to live with the flowers for a little bit.
It is, yeah. We prune them like this because then they'll branch again and they get really sturdy.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're big like this, they're really only held up by one little, I don't know, what would you call that? One stem that branches?
Stalk, yeah.
And then when we prune them, the stalk becomes a lot thicker and stronger. So I think we should, but it's hard not to. It's hard to lose flowers. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. Ooh, what about Diamond Frost? We can shove some in. We didn't put them in the bed last year. We love Diamond Frost Euphorbia. Check that out. Diamond Frost. It is a filler, not a spiller. These are a dramatic spiller. These are filler. These can handle a little bit of cool weather. These can handle, Sweet Alyssum can, sometimes they overwinter for us. We're not touching these yet. The Sweet Alyssum, not the Sweet Alyssum, the sweet potato vines, they love the heat.
I just want to show them this real quick. How pretty that is.
There you go. You can see the color palette we're going for. Just a cool,
sparkly
look. I love it.
So pretty.
So you're going to grab a flat of that?
Yep. I gotta figure out, there we go, where that went to.
And then look at the leaf structure of the Supertunia bubblegum. You can see here, it looks similar. Let's see, I'm going to show you. This is bubblegum, and look at the structure here of the blue veined. It's a little, these are pointier, I would say. These are more just rounded, and I don't know, I love it. Something about it just makes me happy. It's succulent-like. Ah, look at all these plants. Okay, bubblegum. I'm gonna put you back. All right, guys, somebody come and take these. They are, look at the root systems on the vertigo grasses. Really, these should go in gallon pots. Sometimes, so that people can buy these cheaper, we put in here. They have a very quick turnaround. Because man, these plants don't take long to grow. They are supposed to be purple. They're not purple yet because they're in the greenhouse. Because the plastic, it has UV protection. But once they're out of the greenhouse, they'll turn that deep, beautiful purple. But look at this grass. It's too pretty. I want to show them everything, but I can't. Look at that sweet little thing.
So fun.
These are cool weather flowers in our zone. They do great. They love the cool. These are actually, this variety in particular is new to us. Last year we grew the white ones. I can't remember the name. Bright Lights White, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's doing half a flat of these and then half a flat of, what was the other one?
Steel Blue Angelonia.
Steel Blue Angelonia, and I'll show you these over here. These are the Steel Blue Angelonia. Look at the leaves. They're just hardy. This is a summer snapdragon. Very heat tolerant. They can actually take some cool. Again, if it gets under 40 degrees, we'll cover them. But look at this steel blue kind of purple. And then she's going to do 5 of the Osteospermum and 5 of the Angelonia. Angelonia is going to be a really good thriller in a pot, or really in our raised beds. They're going to act as a thriller because they get tall spikes.
And I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that picture is true to it. I think it's more like a steel blue.
Yep, I agree.
Life. So this is more like a medium purple, I'd say.
So it's going to go in that beautiful color palette. Look at this cart of beautiful stuff.
So exciting.
Plant shopping at our own greenhouse.
Problem is it's full.
So what else do you think? So we have decided we're going to get 4 or 5. Are you going to do a half tray of?
Yeah, the Mini Vista White.
Mini Vista White. So actually this is our first year growing the Supertunia Mini Vista White. We always grow the Supertunia Snowdrift. We have a lot of experience with that one and love it. But I'm excited to see this one in action. We love white. It goes with everything. And so far they've been really hardy, sturdy little plants. So I'm excited to see it.
These are so pretty. They're even older blooms, but they're still gorgeous.
This is how the blooms start. Kind of this...
And that's an older bloom.
Whiter yellow, and then they turn pink.
That's the pink lemonade. So pretty.
And then we're doing a whole flat of the Playing the Blues Salvia. Look at these beautiful plants. I love the foliage on these.
Look at the height on this one. Even.
Yeah.
It's big.
They're like silvery blue foliage.
And they look little now, but they're like a huge lavender bush almost. They're beautiful.
What's their height on the...
Let's see. 24 to 48 inches.
So 2 to 4 feet. For us, they get more on the 4 feet side because of the heat. Once the heat kicks in.
But we're also putting them in a raised bed, so.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be fun. So the salvias actually in our weather, they can take the cold. So they'll be fine. Okay guys, so we took a second to kind of lay out what we wanted. I think this is probably more plants than we did last year, but we did a similar pattern last year where we did the Supertunia blue veins on each corner, and they kind of, before you knew it, they covered the ground and they covered the boxes. And then we have here the Sweet Alyssum Blushing Princess, and then I'm gonna fertilize the bed, and then I'll go ahead and start planting. Here we decided to do a whole grouping of the kind of the same stuff, and then I did put the Diamond Frost here in the back because Holly really wanted kind of that sparkly effect to be behind these colors here, because it does give it a sparkly effect. Plus these get taller, about 18 inches they max out, whereas these get the tag says 4 to 8 inches tall. I feel like for us they get a lot taller than that. But this will be a little taller, sparkly, and intermixing. And then this little area here, then that's where we're gonna plant some herbs. We actually don't use any chemicals in our Proven Winners plants at the greenhouse. Everything we do in terms of when we're, actually watering things in, we don't use any chemicals. So when we plant here, that's why we don't mind growing these in our beds along with food like herbs. So last year we actually had the cilantro that went to seed, and it bolted, and it had beautiful white flowers that towered above everything, and it looked great. So if that happens again, we'll leave it because we thought it looked great. And then here in the two edges and the two corners, to spill over a little bit, we are going to try the pink lemonade calabricoas that are new this year. We're just doing 2 here to just kind of get that area going there. We really wanted the same effect all around the bed of the purple petunias and the sweet alyssum. And we repeated the same thing here, where we had the 2 diamond frost and then the 3 other plants here as over there. The only difference is everything is the same around the perimeter, the 2 lemonade in the corner, and then here, that's the only difference as our kind of centerpiece. These get to about 1 foot tall. Bright Lights Horizon Sunset Osteospermum. They're almost ready to bloom. I did put these fairly close to look like just a little lump, a little mass, because they don't spread a ton. So hopefully once they all start to grow together, it'll make a nice little just kind of centerpiece there. And then again, like I said, we'll plant herbs all around. This bed, we started to lay it out. We got to get more plants. These beds already have some other plants. And then even here you can see the 3 in the middle. We're going to take more of this cilantro out. So we'll cut it out, place our plants, and then wherever the herbs fall, I'll leave them in the middle. But we will have plenty of cilantro with flowers. And then eventually, once the cilantro dies, we'll probably plant parsley or some other stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fertilize the bed all with biotone, the entire bed, and then I'll go ahead and stick these in. Alright guys, here you can see this beautiful plant. You can see the roots. It's still not fully rooted. That's why right now we're still not open or selling them yet in our zone. But look at how beautiful they are. However, look at these roots on this sunflower. Holly just gave me this plant. Look at that. How happy it is.
It's too cool to plant it out, but look at the roots.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But because it's cool and they'll keep growing here in our zone, I'm okay with planting these up. But when we ship these roots have to be completely covering all the soil. That way we know that this plant will stay in shape. And then of course when we sell them locally. But in about 2 weeks, these will be beautiful. That's when we start selling these. Look at the root on the sweet alyssum. These look great. Okay, so this is looking good. I got this whole bed planted. It's funny how it looks like so much when you have the white pots and then you plant it. Just looks like a few plants, but it's a lot of plants. I don't know. There's like 20-ish plants, 22, 23. I didn't count. I did realize I'm missing the one. I have to plant that one there. Not osteospermum, I'm sorry, the calabricoa. Looks like not much now, but it's gonna be beautiful. Doing the same thing on each of these beds. These guys are having we're all having a little planting party today. We're having fun. And yeah, the other thing I didn't show you guys is we're gonna plant this up, that up. I probably won't show you like every single planting because we have so much planting to do. I'll just plant it and then I'll just show you all at the end. A little mini tour of what we planted. We decided to plant these beds up too. I don't know if I ever showed you these beds close up, but these beds right here, notice I made them half the size. And the thought and the reason why I did that is because eventually I might want to put like benches here. I did the same thing on the other side of the garden, just so we have seating there and then seating here sometimes, because it's fun as a family when we're working in the garden. Somebody can just grab a seat and then just watch somebody plant, or all of these things. So I'm going to plant these beds up. We're going to do probably a straight line of Angelonia in the back, steel blue, osteospermum in the front, and maybe some Supertunia whites. That's the idea for now. I'll show you at the end what we end up doing. Okay guys, so I have all of this cilantro that I removed from this bed around the edges. And Holly's gonna go ahead and harvest the rest of the cilantro. We'll still leave it in the ground. We've gotten so many harvests of the cilantro. I didn't remove a ton out of this one. This one was pretty good. But she's gonna go ahead and harvest all that. We're gonna preserve some of it. And then I'm gonna feed this to the chickens. Hello, ladies. You get some cilantro today. Watch your heads.
Sometimes you get squished.
Yep. Get you some cilantro. They love their cilantro. That's why I don't think anything that you rip out in the garden, especially herbs that you can give to the chickens, there's never waste. It's so nice. You can just give it to them. You can harvest it, you can preserve it. We have so much cilantro in the freezer already. So anyway. Okay guys, so I got most everything planted. I am losing light, so before I lost the light, I wanted to give you a tour of what I got done. And then maybe when I get done, even if it's a little dark, I'll still show you. But we paused for a little bit, took a little break, took a snack break. Holly's parents came to actually drop off a ladder that we needed. So we stopped and said hi to them. My son showed them the greenhouse and how it was looking. And now I wanted to show you guys what we ended up planting. I had this little guy right here chewing on my raised bed. Hey bear, no, good boy. Had him tied because he was over there in his little pen. We put him in the pen a lot of the times because sometimes we are feeding the chickens and they get out. So I don't want him running at them. He's actually really good with them, but just in case. And then a lot of the times he will run around on us. So we're trying to train him recall to learn how to, when we say come, to come. We're doing that on the leash. We're running him like 3 times a day, trying to wear him out. As you can see, he's still pretty energetic. He just ate. So we're hoping that we'll probably take him for another walk or run even, just to make sure he gets worn out. Hey bear, no, good boy. I gotta get him a little chew for him to enjoy. Anyway, so here, let me show you guys. I already showed you this bed right here, what we all got planted. And essentially this bed is gonna be identical to that bed over here. Now what took us a little longer was that we were harvesting the cilantro. So Holly went ahead and literally mowed this down. And she has 2, maybe 3 full bowls of cilantro now that we're just gonna freeze. Wash it and freeze it. And then right here, we planted the same exact thing as that bed. This bed right here, I got all done. The only difference in this bed is that we have the 3 Angelonia in the center here as the thriller, as opposed to that one has the osteospermums over there. But on the edges, we have the blue-veined Supertunia, and then every other, it's blue-veined, and then it's the Sweet Alyssum, blue-veined Sweet Alyssum, so on and so forth. And we have the 2 Diamond Frost on either side. And then here again we have the 3 osteospermums in the corner. You can't quite see them because of the cilantro. And then here, this is what I have left to do. But do you know when you get started on a project and you just keep adding? So we got these 4. I have this one left to plant. I almost finished planting those 2 up, and then I almost finished planting these. I kind of hopped beds because Holly was doing the cilantro, so I thought, well, I'll keep working. So this bed, we decided to do 2 of the osteospermum, and then in between, we did a mini vista white. So 2 osteospermum, mini vista white, 2 osteospermum, mini vista white, and so on and so forth. And in the corner, the goal is to have a mini vista white kind of drape over. And then here in the back, we have 5 of the Angelonia steel blue. So they'll get pretty tall up here, and they'll actually spill on the other side of this cattle panel. So when you come from the garden on the outside, you'll see those leaves and those beautiful spikes, 3 to 4 feet. I don't know, I planted them a little closer, so they probably won't get quite that big, which I don't mind, I like it. So I want that kind of steel blue color tall, and then that steel blue kind of purpley color will match the kind of the center of the osteospermums. So right now, again, it doesn't look like much, but later on they're gonna be beautiful. And then let me show you down here. I forgot to mention, we also decided to do the beds down there. I'll show you those in just a second. I have that one and this one here. So here we have the 2 Supertunia blue veined. So the goal is they'll spill over here and even through the cattle panel over here, so it'll make one big mass on the outside. We did that last year and it was beautiful. This is the salvia, the Rockin' Blue suede shoes, or Rockin' Plain the Blue salvia. That's right. And this,
You do it too.
I do it too.
I always get that.
I make fun of her sometimes because with names, she knows the names, but then when people ask her the name, I think you always say Rockin' the Blue suede shoes for the salvia.
I mixed the two. What is it? There's two. There's
Rockin' the Blue suede shoes, Rockin'
Plain the Blues.
Plain the Blues. Yeah. I think I don't know. Anyway, Plain the Blue salvia is what I got in the center. So this will take up the whole center. And then we have a Mini Vista white. This will fill up kind of this area. And then we have a fun new one for us this year, the Mini Vista Indigo. So we switched it up here a little bit. We'll have white mixed with purple. Again, the theme is white and purples here. Salvia, same thing here. We're just doing that there. And then all of this is going to be probably kale. But when you walk, the entrances will be full of flowers, and then you'll see this. It is nighttime now. Not quite nighttime. It's like 7 o'clock or so. And this will be full. You won't see the shape of the beds. You have all these spillers. And then that's done. And then I'm going to show you these over here. Let me show you these beds. I have these compost bags. I'm going to add to them to raise the level of the soil because it's really low. But I have 2 osteospermums here. And I don't really like to plant just one osteospermum because they don't get super tall or wide. So sometimes I feel like they don't make a huge impact just under like one plant. So I would plant 2 or 3 in a grouping just to make a nice mound. So I'm going to go ahead and plant 2, then 1 Mini Vista white right here. 2, 1, 2. So osteospermum and then the white, same exact thing on that side. The reason I'm not planting the back is once the last frost date kicks in, we're actually going to put in the back some of the Suncredible sunflowers. Last year we planted Suncredible sunflowers in the back here, and we also had loofah vines that were planted. This whole thing was a wall of loofah vines, which the loofah vines have like a beautiful yellow flower. And when the Suncredibles grew 3 or 4 feet tall, they intermingled with the loofah. It was absolutely stunning. So I would love to see these. Osteospermum may fizzle out, but they'll come back in the fall. But it'd be beautiful to have just something spilling. So even if the Mini Vista whites are looking beautiful, we'll have a wall of yellow and white. And then the same exact thing on this side that we'll do. We'll do the Suncredible in the back. Okay guys, we're gonna keep planting, finishing this up. We don't have that much to do. The cilantro kind of delayed us just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish doing that. Enjoy the day. It's been a beautiful day. It's beautiful weather outside. And that is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye!
Bye! Hey Bear, can you say bye?
Hi Bear, what do you have to say? What do you have to say, Bear? What do you have to say? Hi Bear.